It's your boy NABEZZ. He just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
It's the man with the master plan. Came in with my mans. This hit and I had the man that really don't understand.
Alright. We got NABEZZ jumping off the porch with us today.
Yes, sir. NABE 2 Z's. I've been around. 2 G's.
Okay. I fuck with what you putting down.
Yes, sir.
How I feel to be here, my boy.
Oh, it's an honor. It's an honor. I appreciate y'all letting me come here, talk my shit. All the folks who know me already say I'm preaching, man. I'm talking. So it's just the time here to come here, talk my shit. This ain't just for me, this for us. So
nah, for sure.
I'm here.
It's a pleasure to have you on the porch with us today, my boy.
Yes, sir.
So how does it feel to being able to maneuver the city after city after city just pursuing your dreams?
Oh, man, it's honestly an honor as well. You know, a lot of people get time to reflect like that when they going through bad things in their life. You know what I'm saying? Walking 8-10 miles to go somewhere back and forth from work, lights, gas off, you know what I'm saying? Things ain't going on in their life. And now they got nothing but time to reflect on how they moving and reacting. But being on the road and just traveling allow you to do that, grow, see how people live, and you just find it. You found what you going through elsewhere, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's what keep you moving. That's what keep you growing and keep you going. So
for sure. So going to different hoods, how much did it remind you of the Southside of Chicago?
Man, it honestly similar as hell, cause I could probably find the Southside in any city, state, everywhere, and that might not even be the Southside. You know what I'm saying? That could be they West Side, but they move like Southside folks. So. Yeah, it's just really that.
For sure. How would you describe your childhood coming up in the South Side of Chicago, man?
Growing up was really fun. Like, you really growing up. Like, depending on what your parents stand on, the morals, you know what I'm saying, you live, you have fun. You got your street light codes, you got your, you know what I'm saying, can't go out and play until you work. Just like everybody, you don't want to really play without working hard. That was that, chores, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna feel better to go out and not know you gotta come in and hear a voice or whatever. So I would definitely say that, you know, but growing up was it was everybody, you know, if you have fun, you grow up, and everybody go through what they go through. Growing up was it though. I was the oldest of 3, so it was like I ran it, you know, I controlled it. Kinda had to grow up fast, but I still got to be a kid, so the shit was like, it was sweet.
For real. At what point would you say you started to notice the violence and the ugliness of the streets?
Man, I always recognized violence. Like this on me now. I was around kindergarten, 1st, 2nd grade, you know what I'm saying, being called a shorty and watching folks get put underneath cars, you know what I'm saying, jumped, all type of stuff. So the violence you always seen, it was just as you grew, it grew, you know what I'm saying? So by the time I was saying I was a kid, by the time I was a teen or a preteen, violence was just violence. Today is violence. You know, you got a bunch of folks in today violence, so you will see, you might have to walk out your house and know that before you even get to the bus stop, you're gonna see something, so.
That's real. So at what point would you say you jumped off the porch?
Man, I've been jumped off the porch since this little pendant and charm on my neck was really just a shoestring and keys. Like, for real, and tucked under my shirt. And, you know what I'm saying, my first school I went to wasn't no farther than a block away, the end of the block. So my job at 6 was go to school, when you come home, come in, do what you're supposed to do. I've been off the porch for real since 6. A lot of people don't hear that, or they might not believe it, but trauma and things that you remember in life, if you got kids, they remembering things at 5, 6 years old, that's sticking with them, how you speak to them. Well, not what you say, how you say, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of those things, the trauma they going through, losing folks, not having people in their life, all those key things are detrimental, and that's what shape folks as they growing. So it might sound, you know what I'm saying, people say off the porch like getting in the wild stuff. I was getting in the wild stuff at 6, 7 years old. Like I said, with a shoestring and a key on my neck. So I've been had responsibilities, but I also made time to have a life and be a kid.
At what point would you say you experienced like real heartbreak or real trauma from the streets?
A young age as well. Same times I'm speaking on. I lost my grandfather. To prison. It wasn't life, but it was 25 to life. You know what I'm saying? His soul didn't leave the flesh, but he wasn't with me. And as far as shape and molding and direction, that was what I had from what I remembered before he left. And it was around 6, 7, because I have a younger brother. We 6 years apart. So he was born. My grandfather went to prison shortly after for attempted murder. So 25 to life, did 13 years. So that's what really shifted, and that's what kind of like put a pause on things, because now it was like the person who was showing me life, you know what I'm saying? I was introduced to toaster strudels by my grandfather, 6 years old. Toaster strudels, they've been around about that long. I don't know, I was that old. So, you know, it's things like that that stick with you, you know what I'm saying? My grandfather was one of those persons, him during that time, took a huge hit on. Everybody got that, they father, they mother, you know what I'm saying? It was my grandfather, so.
What's some of the other things you can say you've been through or witnessed by being in the streets that early?
Been through life. My pawpaw gone, you know what I'm saying? OG really having to make a way, single parent of 3, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Lights off, gas off, being behind on mortgages and trying to make that push and be a woman, an entrepreneur and grow. But when you boxed in and don't really have knowledge and you're around people who trying to live life, not even expand the growth or the knowledge, but gatekeep and only manipulate and benefit, then the world and emotions start becoming a whole lot of other things, so that play a part as well.
So what would you say made you want to change the trajectory of your life?
Man, everything we got going on, the shit we do, the shit that be drip, what's popping, ain't popping. Really, the whole system of unlearning to relearn, that shit real. Like, I want to erase my brain to learn only for what I can learn or go into, but I want to make sure before I do that, I got the right people set me up. So, you know, of course, your brain reset, and you want to make sure you got the right folks kind of reminding you what direction you was on, but they getting straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you was doing this, you was building credit. We think about financial literacy. We trying to be able to grow so you can learn how to leverage other people's money. You don't remember, hey, you got 100,000 put together, but nah, your credit score really still only a 600. Get it to a 780, 800. You really trying to go where nobody can turn you down. But we don't know. We trying to really every day. We living every day. So it's just with me trying to create a world where I can focus on not living every day. It's longevity with us. Anything we doing and the folks around me, even if they don't see it, I want them to see that what you're doing should be longevity.
For sure. At what point would you say you discovered your passion for poetry and music?
Shit, around the same time. Keys on my neck, having to walk and boop boop and bebop on my way home, you know what I'm saying? Listening to my OG music when she was gone at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I lost my grandpa really to violence, but also drugs. So this was an area where I grew up, had a porch stamped, nigga. Anything my OG owned was stamped with a name, because no telling who out of the family would maybe steal something. You know what I'm saying? So it was little stuff like that from growth. I was always taking CDs, putting them in. Tony Braxton, you know what I'm saying? Lady stuff, good Aaliyah, 1 in a million. Like good music, just vibing. Sometimes getting emotional and not really knowing why. You know what I'm saying? I'm young. It sound good, and that's what stuff do. It give you chills, it make you feel away, you know? So that's where it really stemmed from.
No, that's real. What made you want to pursue it?
Shit, I got a voice. You get to know me, I really talk. I talk all day. You ask my family, you ask my folks, my peers, anybody, I talk. I got so much on my mind. I'm learning to not bottle it, but everybody don't need what you gotta say. But you get to know me, shit, we chop it up all day. I can get you to come out and get to saying some of the things you really wanna do, but you don't know who to tell it to. That's me. like, that's me. So that's where it stemmed from.
No, that's real. How did you know it was time for the world to hear what you got to say?
Shit, it's been time. A lot of things stem from just 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Realizing, growing. You know what I'm saying? You will want people. Everybody got people they want. You want your cousin to go hard. What you do this? You and him go stupid. Y'all gonna take off, go to the moon. He feel that, but he not moving like that. He on the hoes. He on money. But he really still running in a circle because it might not be even feeling that. You know what I'm saying? So you will get lost in the sauce trying to do that. A producer, engineer, you cold, do your thing. All right, he got all your music. Your future in his hands. But now you can't drop how you want. You can't do none of what you want, how you want, when you want it. You know what I'm saying? That shit is what's key with me, the self-reliance of everything. Being able to move how you want, when you want. I want to drop, and today I could drop. You want to put something out today and record, you can record. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to fumble and tussle with nobody over some work, over some content. In general, music related, anything. So that's where that stems from as well. So.
No, for sure. Talk about your first single. Nah, we ain't even gonna talk about the single yet. Let the people know how you got your name.
NABEZZ. NABEZZ is NABEZZ. It's a family-oriented name. Like, this is a La Familia thing. Like, seriously, it's, you see NABEZZ, it's us. You know what I'm saying? It might not even be me, so you might need to double check. But 9 times out of 10, it's us. You know what I'm saying? It's me. 9 times out of 10, it's me. 10 times out of 10, it's us. It stems from just, like I said, that's my name. I'm a neighbors. You know what I'm saying? No Mr. Rogers, but I will be. It just sports, you know what I'm saying? I'm one of the great 8, you know what I'm saying? On my father's side, on my mother's side, it's 3 of us. So you do the math. But yeah, that's where the name really stemmed from. And
that's real.
That shit going worldwide.
Let's talk about your first EP you put together, NABEZZGIVING.
NABEZZGIVING. So NABEZZGIVING, I did strictly that. I gave the folks just me. It was something slim, meaning not slight, but slim. And as far as the selection of choices of music that I gave you, and I was able to put in what I like to say is me. I'm very no hookish. I like to go in, but I also dimmed it down for the people who need some hooks when I got it. And just really that. So NABEZZGIVING was really just like, it's really some shit I've been doing before I really dropped these. I was giving singles out around Thanksgiving time. You know what I'm saying? Me and my boy TD, shout out my boy TD. One of the dopest producers really doing this shit, you know what I'm saying? From the city to this way. But I really just started doing NABEZZGIVINGs around that time. He moved this way. It was just like audition where I gave the folks who fuck with me music from me. A single or something like that. Now it's to the point where it's an EP and them bitches is gonna be volumes that I can't put a number on. So who know? If 1 ain't it, 2 gonna do it. 3 gonna 4 might. Whew. So that's what's going on with NABEZZGIVING.
That's real.
It's coming. Just look out around the holidays. I got something for everybody.
What about Ladies First?
That's strictly for the ladies. Like, that's for the folks too who I gave, you know what I'm saying, with NABEZZ, but that's for the ladies. Like, I don't care if you're an artist, if you're a model, if you in a shell, if you under a rock, like, I'm open to doing whatever, working, collabing, growing, you know what I'm saying? But not only that, the versatility of it was just to let you know, like, y'all ain't just, you know, the norm, and y'all ain't just what y'all even crossing over to just settle for. You know what I'm saying? Here goes something right here, and this is just what a man's supposed to do for y'all. Those Ladies real. First, out now, all platforms, go get it right now. Ladies, men too, bump it in the car with your lady. Don't get in your feelings, and you know what I'm saying? You can even turn your shit on out there if you feel like it ain't it, but that's just how you gotta do it.
Real spill. Talk about Showem Something.
Showem Something. Showem Something is personally just one of my personal favorites off of the EP. It's not everyone's. The feedback and the love I'm getting from that is sick 'em. So sick 'em is everybody's shit. Showem Something was just me. It's self-explanatory. It's kind of like self-titled album. You know what I'm saying? I had to do just that with this being my first real project that I feel like I put my heart, my soul, time, dedication, you know what I'm saying, persistence, consistency, all that good stuff into. And that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm here.
For sure.
Showem Something.
So let's talk about the single that started it off for you, Knock It Off.
Knock it off, knock it off, knock it off, knock it off. Damn, that you say that. Back to TD. Right, as far as getting me out here on the sound, we've been doing this shit for almost a decade now. Like, I could go back to the other thing, you know, back, but we talking about as far as that led up to Knock It Off. Man, just really finally getting in a position where we can record and we can like get a sound out and be heard and we can control it. You know what I'm saying? Quality control, all that good stuff. Like we had it, you know what I'm saying? Nobody wanted to knock you over the head to be able to have your sound, and just cause you can't pay it all, your sound sitting on somebody external, and nah, you know what I'm saying? So that's what Knock It Off was. It was to that, like, knock it off. Like, don't nobody really want you to go nowhere but you. Until you figure that out, the folks who really helping you gotta know what to take from them and keep going to help you. That's what helped you go. Don't think that they gonna take you though. That ain't it. So that's what Knock It Off was. Knock it off. Niggas say they getting money, knock it off. Niggas say they getting to it, knock it off. A bag, knock it off. This shit be all a facade. People talk about it all day. I ain't got to. Knock It Off said that. That was it. You know, just being able to read what ain't, what it is. And if it is, let me spend some time with it. The way you should be with your kids or your family. You know, so that's Knock It Off. Knock it off. If it ain't about none of that shit for us getting under one rock until another bigger one, knock it off.
You feel they should knock it off with the AI shit?
No. I want to say yes, but no, because we got to just adapt. Just like everything else that came. When it came, it wasn't like, man, that shit need to go on. And even if it was, eventually it still came regardless. So we had to get with it or sit in the back like some old folks. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying old folks, maybe, because at this point, I'm crawling on 30. I'm an old folk. So I either want to get with it and stay hip with what the young boys and gals are doing, or you're going to fall back and not know. And by the time you want information from him, who's to say that they're giving you the right information, the information that you could have got on your own? So AI, I don't feel like it should be knocked off. It's really gonna be for the future. It can do things for students, like maybe make college fun again if you get an AI, and homework will be dope as fuck if AI will just take off for you. But of course, maybe, hey, people know that, professors will know that AI will be out. It'll be here. It'll be up to you to just let the light bulb. You might be working with a 40, 50 watt. Let that new light bulb come in, you gonna run that play. You run it, taking risks, doing any all type of other shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on AI. Like, it's the answer. It might be the answer. It might be, but we gotta play with it and see.
For sure. Besides music, what's some of the other things you're interested in?
Man, I'm figuring that out. Like, I was just dropping tapes and doing stuff. Like, I want to go to my Montego Bay. I couldn't. I didn't have a passport at the time I made that. I got one now. I'm gone. So it's like things like that. It changes your perspective of what it is you like and what you really want to get into. You know what I'm saying? That's why with me, I'm figuring that out more so I can let people know just that. Get out here and see more. People be so picky and you ain't even did shit. You did it there, going back to state to state, how it's different, how it's the same. You know what I'm saying? So just being out here to see the world so it can shape what you do like and don't.
No, for sure. What else you working on right now?
Right now, I'm working on so much shit, but the closest to the closest is what I got going on with like my boy TD right now. That's on the hush. I got visuals coming out for the tapes for sure. If y'all coming to the world, don't worry. Don't think that it ain't that. Them bitches coming. They coming by the time you see this type shit. So Like I said, really just whatever with my boy, TD. Working with the fam to continue to grow the brands and the entities we got. Creative Minds. Shout out to my baby at Creative Minds doing her thing. With all decor and decorative items, whatever you need, state to state, all over the place. Info in the bio. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about anyway. But yeah, just things like that, my folks. It's for my people. You know what I'm saying? I came off the porch with my people. My boy, we in the trap, we been there. My boy Derek, a designer junkie. Anything I'm really trying to do, I'm just trying to step out and bring my people in with me. You don't see no faces, but they here. You know what I'm saying? So that's really just what's going on, what's next with me. NABEZZGIVING 2 for sure around the same time. Like I said, just be on the lookout if you're looking. And I can keep going, but that's what's going on. And it's time for me to just get it going, keep it going, and not only that, but just show folks.
Real spirit.
Not just the city, but the world, create.
But the world.
The world.
Any last words and shout outs?
Man, just shout out to the whole camp, the city, the folks who fuck with me for real. If you don't fuck with me, shout out to you, because I fuck with a lot of folks who talented, do their thing, going stupid. I can name names, but I'll be going crazy all day, and if I forget you, hey, but you know what I'm saying, the ones who here and really rocking with me is up. It's that. The ones who ain't and want to, holler at me, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? You can lean on me, but hey, I don't want you to depend on me. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just shout out to them folks.
Real spill. Man, Nabezz, we appreciate having you on the porch with us today, gang.
Yes, sir. I appreciate being here. Yeah, I know.
It's the man with the master plan. Came in with my mans. This hit and I had the man that really don't understand. Really got me a plan.